Alright, ingredients for lasagna. So we've got, let's see, we've got cheese, we've got no boiled lasagna sheets, we've got a cup of white wine, we've got crushed tomatoes, I think that's a 15-ounce can, we've got a small can of tomato paste, we've got garlic, mushrooms, milk, beef, butter, nutmeg, very important, salt and pepper, and also we're going to need some all-purpose flour. Okay, that's going to make our sauce in a bit. So put the meat in the in a saucepan and turn it up quite high and just keep on stirring it around until you get all the pink out of the beef and it breaks up into small pieces. Then we can take it over to the sink and we can drain all the fat from that beef. Now we're going to get our garlic, and I like to cut my garlic with a knife, not with a garlic press, but you can do either way you like, but I just prefer to do it with a knife. I think it gets better results. Add the garlic to the beef and give it a stir around and cook that for about another 3 to 5 minutes. And now we can add our wine. So we're going to add about a cup of white wine, and that we're going to cook until it basically is evaporated. Once that's evaporated from the beef, we can now add our crushed tomatoes and tomato paste. So we're going to add all the crushed tomatoes and about half of the tomato paste. That'll help thicken up the sauce, as you can see right there. Once that's in there, we can add our mushrooms. Now I had a big thing of mushrooms, but I only used about half of this carton of mushrooms because it was way too many. It was overflowing. But you can add whatever you like. Some people like to put sausage in there. Some people just like mushrooms or nothing, just the beef. Alright, the mushrooms are in, and then we put the lid on it and we're going to simmer that now for 15 minutes. So while that's simmering along, you can start the Béchamel sauce. So we're going to get, I believe that's a quarter stick of butter in the pan that we used. I'm going to melt that down until it's a liquid. And in the meantime, while that's cooking, put it on very, very low while you're doing this because you don't want it to burn. So we've got our nutmeg. We've got a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, quarter teaspoon of pepper, and half a teaspoon of salt, and we've also got 3 cups of milk. So we've got our butter melting away there, and we're going to add all our little ingredients there, the nutmeg, the salt and the pepper. Give that a quick stir around. Also the flour. So we've got a quarter cup of flour in there as well, don't forget the flour. And now we can add our 3 cups of milk, but only a little bit at a time. Don't go crazy and just add it all in. And then we want to whisk that. We don't want to stir it with a spoon. Whisk it because you don't want any lumps in it. Continuously whisk this until it starts to boil. As soon as it boils, turn it off. Now it'll thicken up. Alright, so now we're ready to put it all together. So we've got our lasagna bowls. These are cast iron lasagna bowls by Le Creuset. They're the best, I think. So we're going to put a little bit of meat sauce in the bottom, just slightly covering the bottom of the lasagna bowls. And we add our pasta sheets, add some more sauce, add the Béchamel sauce, add the cheese. Now we can repeat. So lasagna noodles, lasagna sheets, meat sauce, Béchamel sauce, and our final is the cheese again, mozzarella cheese. And then here's a good tip: to get a cookie sheet and put some foil over it and put that underneath in the oven underneath your lasagna balls, because these always seem to boil over and drip down the side, and just let it drip on this foil sheet instead of dripping all inside the oven. Then you've got to clean the oven, so that's quite good. So we're going to stick this on about 400 degrees. You can do it on 350 if you want, but I like to do mine on 400, and we're going to cook that for 35 minutes. And I swear, after 35 minutes, it is absolutely tremendous. I mean, it looks great, it smells absolutely wonderful, and it tastes absolutely delicious. You will not regret making this. Just follow these steps. So all the ingredients are in the description below. Alright, so I hope you enjoy my take on lasagna. Alright, thanks for cooking with me today. Alright, see you later. Bon appetit!